What's going on, everyone? So, according to Jovan Buha, they've been mostly stagnant for almost 2 years now in terms of making moves. And they've been very reluctant, specifically to discuss Austin Reaves, who I only highlight because he's a good young player on a very team-friendly contract that would inspire other teams to play ball negotiation-wise. But that, to my knowledge, is still a non-starter. So Los Angeles Lakers still refuse to have conversations in trades centered around Austin Reaves. We've heard this for, going on 2 years now of like, hey, the Lakers are not interested in trading Austin Reaves unless it's for like a bona fide all-star, superstar type player, right? That they just view him as better than average. And the problem is like coming off of the season 2 years ago, we went to the conference finals. I got it. That made sense. Got him on a good contract, right? Like you just saw what he was able to do for the Lakers, in that if he can replicate that for a full season, watch out, right? He could potentially be your third guy. Problem is now we have a year and a half sample size since then, and guess what? He hasn't been able to replicate it. He just hasn't. Look, I like Austin Reaves. People try to pretend like I don't. Like, oh, no, I like Austin Reaves. I think he's a very good player. But that's all he is a good player. He's not a star. He's not a superstar. He's not this, like, revolutionary game changer. He's not a third option on your team. Nothing, right? He is, if he's your fourth, fifth guy, sure, you're pretty good, right? But look, I've even posed this question before and have yet to really get a good answer because, spoiler alert, there isn't a good one, right? Like, what top contending teams, think of the contending teams, what top contending teams would Austin Reaves start on? Not even be the third guy, just start on. He's not starting on the Cavs, not starting on the Celtics, not starting on the Magic, not starting on the Knicks. He's not starting on the Thunder. He's not starting on the Rockets. He's not starting on the Grizzlies. He's not starting on the Mavericks. Right? Nuggets, maybe because of Christian Brown. Right? But realistically, Christian Brown, better defender, better athlete. Phoenix Suns, he's not starting on the Phoenix Suns. Right? Like, again, what team are you starting on? Is he starting on? Again, it's not that I think he's a bad player. I was one of the people, right? Again, I have videos of it. I was one of the people hyping up Austin Reaves like he was the second coming of Michael Jordan, right? Like, I was one of the people that Mel was talking to how great he was going to be and this, that, and the other. I was the one that was making excuses just like you see now. But eventually you reach the point where it's like, okay, the reality is the reality. The truth is the truth, right? And the reality is that Austin Reaves is a good role player. He's nothing more, and he's not going to be anything more. Could he have, a stretch where he looks great? Yes, of course. When he's on, he's on. When he's on, he looks like he could be that guy for you. But he can't do it on a nightly basis, can't do it on a regular basis. Now, that doesn't mean I want to trade Austin Reaves for a bag of chips. I don't want to see Austin Reaves be traded just to trade him, right? You have to get value for him. You have to get something that makes sense. But I also don't think that he needs to necessarily be traded for a superstar or anything like that, right? He's not the third guy. If you can make the trades and you can make the moves and you can, acquire several pieces that upgrade the roster and still keep Austin Reaves, fine, right? Like if you can go get, like the Brooklyn Nets trade and still keep Reaves, great, beautiful, fine, keep Reaves. I'm not saying you have to trade Austin Reaves. I'm just saying he shouldn't be untouchable. The Lakers have him valued insanely high. Lakers have him valued too high. Again, you don't just trade him to trade him. But if you can get the right trade and you can get the right sense, right? Last offseason or last trade deadline, they should have traded him for DeJounte Murray. They wanted DeJounte Murray, and the Lakers wouldn't do it. Didn't want to trade him for Kyrie, nothing of that. It's crazy to me. Again, I like Austin Reaves. I understand his contract team friendly, but no one cares if you win a championship. No one cares if you're a play-in team every year that the Lakers have a team. Oh, but yeah, we're a play-in team, but guess what? We have a team-friendly contract in Austin Reaves. Who cares? Get rid of him if you can be a contender. Get rid of him if you can win a championship. Again, I would love to see him holding the Larry O'Brien trophy with this team. But if it takes him in order to go make it happen, then do what you got to do, right? Like, I want Austin Reaves on this team, but you also can't, like, the Lakers aren't so good and strapped with so much talent that you can justify keeping him over trading him to go get a better fit or upgrade. Right? If you can get, especially if you can get the better player, that's what didn't make sense with the DeJounte Murray trade or like Kyrie or any of that stuff. Because again, who wins the trade? When there's a trade, who wins the trade? The team that gets the best player. Lakers would have gotten the best player. So if you could go get a DeJounte Murray for Austin Reaves, go get DeJounte Murray for Austin Reaves. If you could get a Trey or a Levine or whatever, I think you do it. Because again, Austin Reaves isn't better than those people and you're getting the better player. I don't think you have to trade Austin Reaves for a superstar. I don't think he has to, like, you have to trade him and he needs to be off for a superstar. Like, I don't think it has to be anything like that. But I do think you either A, trade him for a better player, right? Or a more consistent player. Like I would trade him for Dante DiVincenzo, right? You were talking about similarities, similar contract, good value. But Dante DiVincenzo is, maybe not this season, but historically speaking, better three-point shooter, more consistent, but he's a better athlete and defender, right? So like if you can get like a similar Reaves, but, just fills more needs that you have, great. Or if you pull off a bunch of trades, like let's say you go and you get Zach LaVine, right? I know people get sick of me talking about Zach LaVine, but just hear me out for a minute, right? Say you go and trade for Zach LaVine, and then you go get like Dorian Finney-Smith and Day'Ron Sharpe, right? Okay, what's better? Austin Reaves, Zach LaVine, Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, or a Bruce Brown, Zach LaVine, Austin Reaves, or Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. Or, say Malcolm Brogdon, or a Colin Sexton, or a Dennis Schroeder. All those names I just mentioned would be better for the Lakers than Austin Reaves. So if you can get that guy that can fill in and play the Austin Reaves role and turn Austin Reaves into a guy that makes more sense fit-wise, I think you got to do it. Right? I don't think it necessarily has to be the superstar. I don't think it has to be that. But I think you need to find, if you can get a guy that makes more sense, that fits the role that you need, or has the better fit than what you currently have, I think you do it. Right? Austin Reaves, look, one of the reasons why I want a guy like a Zach LaVine or something like that is because it drops down the pecking order. Right? Like I don't believe Austin Reaves is a third option. Problem is, if you go get a bunch of random role guys, Austin Reaves is still going to maintain and be the third option. And that's where my concern lies, right? Where if you get a Zach LaVine, well, then you can keep Austin Reaves, and Austin Reaves can now be the, fourth option at best, right? And then now connect, if you go get a Dorian Finney-Smith still and, a Day'Ron Sharpe, well, now connect is the, fifth, sixth, seventh best guy, right? And so on and so forth. You drop down the pecking order. That's what I want to see with this Lakers team. I want to see them either A, turn Austin Reaves into a better need, a bigger fit, a better two-way guy or whatever, or you need to turn him into that just like better third option. Or if you want to keep him, again, you need to knock down that pecking order. He needs to be your fourth, fifth, sixth guy, not your first, second, third, or third, fourth guy. There's an argument to have him be your sixth man off the bench. I still think that's probably the best option for him and the Lakers. I still think that the Lakers should probably do that, have him be the sixth man, right? No matter what they end up doing, no matter what type of trades they end up having, right? But nonetheless, they got to figure out what they're going to do with Austin Reaves. It frustrates me that they have him untouchable. Again, I understand if you're reluctant to trade him, you don't want to just, like if they were like, hey, we're not just going to trade him just to trade him. We're only trading him for, an equal or greater than type of package, sure. But no, all of the conversation is that like it has to be a star or an all-star, or they won't trade him for, if it's like, man, we could potentially be a Sexton or a Brown or something like that away from really knocking this out of the park. They're not going to do that. That's where my problem lies. That's where my frustrations lie. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with my points? Do you disagree with my points? You're kind of mixed in the middle. Do you think it's ridiculous that the Lakers just have him as untouchable? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, I would love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. Lets me enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.